Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. For those of you new, I'm Jeanette from Boricua Sewing and Crafts. This video I am going to be embroidering a bulk order. I'm almost done. This is actually my last shirt because I'm sure you guys don't want to watch me do all the shirts that I have to do. It was a small bulk order though. It was about 4 of them, and it is with the famous Miss dog. Isn't that gorgeous? So I know you can't hardly see it because of the plastic, but isn't that a gorgeous design? Well, anyway, I have embroidered this design so many times during tests and also during the actual embroidering of the shirts that, guess what, ran out of thread. So one of the things that I wanted to share with you guys is, as you can see, like right here, I have like a bunch of these small threads. And you guys know that in the past, if you guys watched me, I always say buy the small spools, you know, you know, because sometimes it doesn't make sense to buy the big ones. So if you look around my whole sewing room, you notice that a lot of them, I really focus on the small ones, right? But there's an issue with a particular brand, like the Sim Brother and also like the Nanny thread. As you can see, these are like the Nanny threads, and if you can look real quick, I'm going to focus right here. You can see they have these numbers, right? And they kind of like really don't register too well. Some of the colors that the customer chose was of this brand. I believe this was the Nanny. I'm not too sure. Don't quote me on that. But the thing is, I ran out, right? And I know this is going to be a very popular logo that I'm going to be embroidering many times for this customer. So one of the things that I thought was I better stock up on this color because I want to make sure that when she asks for it, that I can actually embroider it the same exact way all the time. So what do, right? You know, like you have a color and you like no longer can find it. Like this is one of them, okay? And sorry about that. I kind of like boop, right into the camera. As you can see, the color is like 229. And let me see if it can focus. Okay, well, it's not really focusing, but it's embroidery thread, and I really do think it's Nanny thread. I'm not sure. So what is it that you do, okay? So I wanted to show you guys what I did. So I'm going to go get a color card, and I'm going to show you how I kind of matched these up. Okay, now there's 2 things that I did, okay? Now, first of all, I did order the big combs for this because I got a very strong feeling that I'm going to be using these colors a lot, right? So what I did was I went on the Madeira chart, and one of the things that I do that I feel a lot of people should really be conscientious about is one of the things that you notice in these cards, okay? I just wanted to mention to you guys, if you notice it, this kind of comes up, right? And a lot of times people are like, why is it coming up like that, right? There's a reason why you're going to want this like this. The reason is because you take your spool thread, and then what you can do is you put it behind it. And one of the things that you want to do is you want to get to the color that matches it closely, okay? Closely. Like you can see right off the bat, this looks just like it, right? But then if you go to the others, like this one might be a little too dark and stuff like that, but this is like a perfect match right there. And then you can go to all of them, right? And then you can see what it is, and then you can go ahead and do it. Now, another thing that I also do is I pull the thread, right? You'll see like there's like a little piece of thread hanging, right? I don't know if you can see it. But I'll take the thread and I will lay it on top of the colors, right? And sometimes I'll just lay it like this, you know, across. So that way I can see if it blends in nicely or if it doesn't, okay? Make sure you have a lot of light when you're picking the colors, because sometimes what can happen is you can pick one that's like a little bit shade darker or a little bit shade lighter. You know, but the thing is, the whole object is really to get as close as possible. Now, I will say this. There is this brand I really do kind of like, for the simple fact that when you run out, all you have to do is just take the color number and you can reorder. And that is something that is really simple. Sometimes I find it a little problematic with some of the other brands. Like I have seen, you know, brother. Sometimes you'll pick a color and then the next time you order it, it's kind of like they change the shade of the color. And I'll give you a perfect example of this. Like, let's take a look at this, right? Like right here, I have, let me see, not this one, but here it is, 19. Let's take a look at this, okay? This is a perfect example of it, okay? This is Brother Thread, okay? It's the same company, okay? It really is. And if you look at it, it says number 19, and this one says 19 as well. But if I go ahead and I put it next to it, look at the difference in the color. You can see automatically that this is lighter and this is darker. So sometimes you get like a little bit, I don't know if they change up their dye or whatever, but sometimes you'll end up with a little problem like this. Now, I will tell you this, I have experienced that problem with a lot of brands, but one of the things that is very consistent is the Madeira brand. This one is very consistent, and so is the Florina brand as well. And I think I'm finally saying that that thread right. And the Florina brand are these right here. They're very, very good. And one of the things is they have their color numbers, which is usually the PF, and then you see the 205. So this one is 205. And usually every time I go to the store and I pick up a 205, it's the exact same one. You don't get anything flaky like you saw when I showed you guys this one. So, you know, I just wanted to just briefly talk to you guys about that, because this is kind of important and stuff like that, you know, especially if you're doing embroidery and you're in the middle of a design and you run out of thread. So a lot of times what I do, like when I did these, right before I started, I kind of knew right off the bat I didn't have enough thread. So I will not start a project if I do not feel that I have enough thread to actually see it to the end. So I went and I got the Florina from the sewing shop, but then I also went and I ordered my Madeira thread, and I got the big one. And to make sure that I get the free shipping, as you can see, this is it, okay, and perfect match. See, perfect match. And I have plenty, okay. I bought one big spool for each machine because I have 3 embroidery machines, so that way I can run 3 shirts at the same time doing the logo, not a problem, okay. So I got the bone, and I also got the dark brown and this one, because these are the colors that I needed. So now I am good to go in this order. And then to make sure that I got the free shipping, what I did was I kind of needed more oil for my machine, so I asked for another oil. And of course, you guys know how I am with my needles. I went and I ordered 2 more boxes of my needles, the 7511. I still have plenty of the 65.9, but I needed more of the 7511 because I do change my needles a lot. I change them on a weekly basis, and it's let me see, 26 needles that I change every week. So trust me, these go pretty fast and stuff. So that's why I really buy these by the bulk whenever I can, because yeah, I need them and stuff. So all right, so I'm down to my last shirt. These are all the shirts that the customer ordered. I already have them nicely packaged, nicely embroidered. As you can see, it came out really cute. She's going to be really happy with it. This is the last one. And a little hint also, when you are using the Mighty Hoop Station, right, and you are putting in big sweatshirts and stuff like that, sometimes people are kind of like, they get kind of like flustered when it comes to hooping this. And I'm going to take this out so that you guys can see what I'm talking about regarding this. A little trick that I do, okay, as you put your shirt on and you put it in the hooping station, turn this side up, like turn it up like that. That way, when you go and you're fitting the shirt on the actual hoop, it's always like laying nice, flat, crisp. It's you know, it's a nice straight because you want it to be neat. Okay, I guess that's what I'm trying to tell you. You want this to be very, very, very neat. Because remember, if you don't hoop your item right, then you're just not going to do well. Okay, it's just not going to come out good, because the hooping is really the very important part of the process. I mean, there's a lot of important parts, but if you don't hoop your item right, it's not going to come out right. That's really the bottom line and stuff. So now that I have this hooped correctly, I'm just going to put this back on. Right now I'm working with one hand. I'm going to snap this in. And this is good to go. So this is ready to go to the machine and do the embroidery. I already went and put my new threads on the machine. I'm using the Florina, the ones that I picked up at the shop. Really pretty colors. I like them. And you know, I want to stick to the Florina and I want to stick to the Madeira, because especially when it comes to working on customer orders, because if you run out of a color, it's easier to replace. So I just really wanted to talk to you guys about that, because sometimes replacing these colors when you run out can be a little difficult when you're working with the other brands. Okay, so yeah, so okay, so I'm going to turn on the machine and I am going to embroider this, and you're welcome to watch it. So let's see how it goes. Okay guys, so let's just take this over here to the machine and hook this baby up. Okay, it's in there. Always put your hands inside, because you want to make sure that you don't have anything that's in the way, that your shirt hasn't like folded underneath the hoop or something, because then it can embroider on it and then you're going to end up with a hot mess. And then you're not going to be happy at all, because then you're going to ruin it and stuff. So yeah, so there, it is nice and clean, it's good. And now it is ready to embroider. And I'm going to, just so you guys know, because of the details on this design, I'm going to stitch it out at 600 stitches per minute. And let me put you up to the machine so that you guys can see that beautiful design stitch out. And give you guys a little bit of a close-up here so you guys can see and position you well. And I will fast forward this part, and I'll also put some nice little crafty music for you guys to listen to while it is embroidering. Okay, so enjoy the stitch out.
You might have a brother, it's not what it seems. Not talking relations, I'm talking about machines for hobby or business. They work like a dream. Embroidery machines, they do it for me. I'd love a single needle, multi-needle, yes please. From 2 to 12 heads is what I need. Want all the thread colors under the rainbow. Embroidering sweet treats for me and you. Grab yourself a burrito, or a coma, or a Melco. Research before you buy, and now you know. From tote bags to towels, throw pillows to teas, personalize it all with big smile and ease. I'd love a single needle, multi-needle, yes please. From 2 to 12 heads is what I need. Want all the thread colors under the rainbow. Embroidering sweet treats for me and you. Chukis, you know, baby, locking many more. With embroidery machines, dreams soar. Bringing ideas to life, one stitch at a time. Creating art that's just so fine. I'd love a single needle, multi-needle, yes please. From 2 to 12 heads is what I need. Want all the thread colors under the rainbow.
Okay, that is all done. Let's take it over to the cutting table and let's take a look at it up close. Okay guys, here it is up close, so that way you guys can see what it looks like. As you can see, it is really, really pretty. Love it. Looks really nice. I know the customer is going to be really excited about it. One thing also about colors, since I want to talk to you guys about colors in this video. One of the things that I strongly recommend also is always test stitch designs before you're working on customer products. I'm going to show you what happened here. As you can see, the dog right here, okay, look at the front of the dog. See how it's in pink? That's supposed to be in black. What happened was I forgot to change the color needle on the machine, right? So instead of using the needle that had the black thread, it used the needle that had the pink thread. And then when I went and I changed it up, look at how gorgeous. See? So this mistake could have easily happened on one of her shirts, and it would have been terrible, okay? So something to always think about, okay? I know a lot of times people don't like to test stitch. They say it's wasting thread and blah, 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 whatever. I mean, it's up to you if you don't want to do it, but I'll tell you what, if I didn't do this, if I didn't do a test stitch, this would have been on one of her shirts, and it wouldn't have been a good thing. So because I test stitched it, I was able to make the adjustments necessary, do another test stitch, found out that it will do it excellent. I had the right colors and everything looked great. That's when I had this success, that's when I went ahead and I said I'm going to go ahead and embroider on the rest of the products, okay? So now it's time for me to just take this out of the hoop. Just take it out. Oh, kind of hard to take out. Oh God, okay. There we go. Did I have a double hoop in here? I think I did. I may have had a double hoop. Ain't that something? Look at that. This could have been a disaster. Look at that. I had a double hoop, guys. Didn't even know that. But it held strong and it didn't mess up. Oh, wow. Talk about luck. Did you guys see that? Oh my God. I was like, I knew that looked funky. That's not how it's supposed to look. Talk about luck. How lucky did I get? Oh my goodness. Look at that. I had two backings and one of these. Terrible. That would not have been a good luck. But it held up nicely. And it didn't do anything on the machine, which is, I was lucky. I was very, very lucky. My goodness. Okay, now I just got to take out the stabilizer here. Let me not rush too much because then my luck might run out and then I cut the fabric. There you go. Got this done. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to package it up really nice for the customer. Put it in one of the plastics. Okay, and let me position the camera so you guys can actually see how I'm doing this. I want to make sure you guys can see that. I cannot believe that I had two of the backings on there. You believe that? Not good at all. Positioning the camera so that you guys can see. I had two of these. Oh my goodness, that's terrible. I don't know how the hell that happened. Oh wow. I wasn't focused, that's for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna pop this with here. Oops, I know that was kind of loud, sorry. And I'm sure the top of this of the other hoop went somewhere else. But that's okay. So now I'm just gonna take this, and it came out really nice. It didn't even shift or anything. I was very, very lucky. Wow, talk about luck. All right, so I'm just gonna fold this really nice and neat for the customer and bag it. I always like to bag all the products. That way, it's nice and neat, clean. Bag it like that. Nice and neat. Been quilting, so I have some lint around the shop because I'm doing the baby blanket for my girlfriend who's having a baby. So yeah, so I have a couple of lints. I gotta always be careful that the lint is not getting on the other products that I'm working on. So that's why it's really important to make sure your workspace is nice and clean. Okay, it's really nice and neat in there. There you go. She got her. There you go. I'm gonna close this up. And put this in the bag that she had bought. Yeah. So look at that. Look at that. So ready for pickup. All the shirts. So guys, hope you like this video, and if you do, please give me a thumbs up, and if you're in my channel, please consider subscribing. Hope you like the video, you know, talking to you guys about making, you know, what to do when colors run out and you have a different brand and stuff like that. You know, I mean, it happens, right? It just really happens. And the thing is, if you have colors that you're going to be using on a constant basis, you really need to make sure you have them in stock. And if you're going to have to rebuy that color, I really strongly recommend use a brand that you know is going to be solid with their colors. Some of them are a little bit flaky and stuff like that. So anyway, so guys, talk to you guys later. Like I said, if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. New to the channel, please consider subscribing, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.